Next video is music has became secondary. Um, yes and no, especially in the underground scene. I feel like it matters more based off of antics or less off of antics than like the hypebeast era, more about swag. It is so swag and so aura. Like Like Slayer gets hated on just for not having an underground aesthetic. Slayer's so fire though. Let's get right back into this video.
Artists are genuinely bigger than the music they put out now. And to some degree, I find that to be a problem. Now, of course, this will vary from genre to genre and culture to culture, since this is a more
See, yeah, Drake is right here. Drake is a perfect example of this because Drake is not putting out good music yet he still gets the listens and he still has the fans because the rapper Drake is so well known and has such a big like fan base that it doesn't matter what garbage he is putting out. He's still gonna make millions off of it.
traditionally aligned with hip hop channel. We're going to focus on that. And unfortunately, because the mainstream and the underground aren't too much distinguishable, at least at the time of me making this video, I'm going to talk about both genres. So with that being said, let's talk about, the strange field that mainstream rappers are in right now. When I think of mainstream, I think about the people that have, I guess, been around since the mid to late 2010s, and the people who are still dropping music to this day that have been around for even longer than that. Like, unfortunately, Drake is still making albums, even though he is nowhere.
Exactly. Somebody tells Drake that he needs to retire, he needs to rehire his ghostwriters, he needs to culture vulture some more artists to help him with his features because Iceman was a complete flop. Worst drop of the year. We're halfway through. And it's terrible. Genuinely. I would say there was a couple good songs, mainly carried by features. Molly Santana carried Ran to Atlanta. Like, I hate Drake.
Near as good as he once was before. His name only
Not
holds
even
so much weight at
close.
this point because of what he did 5 to 10 years ago. And it's really no secret. For you to disagree with me, I think you're being a bit too, like, I don't know. I don't want to say you're wrong. If you genuinely do feel like Drake is still making good music in 2026, I mean, that's your opinion. You're allowed to have that opinion. Who am I to
You're
say you're
clinically
wrong?
insane, is
I'm
what
not
I
one of
would
these
say.
dumbasses that's going to be in the comments saying that I'm an idiot because I don't like current Drake. So you know what? Ball up, bro. However, it is gonna blow me that there are gonna be kids in the comments that are like, "What? Are you serious? Like Drake is God right now, bro. Like them niggas, they're parasocial as fuck. I'm not gonna lie."
Hmm. Yo, ignore that. Ignore that happening.
Bro. Funnily enough, it's gonna come
I know some people that are like this.
up again. Interesting. In fact, when I make a point, I'm gonna reuse that exact sound. When we bring up an artist like Drake in today's rap commentary space, and that could be YouTube videos, Reddit threads, or Twitter threads, are we solely focused on his
Lock back
music
in.
or the fact that he's a goofy guy or how he needs to go back to acting, seeing as his new music really ain't hitting like that? But I don't even want to just say, oh, it's because his music's not hitting like that, because a lot of people would disagree with me. There are people that loved those albums that he just dropped. And then, you got Fatademics over here sucking them off dry every stream, talking about, yeah,
Academics
yeah,
is
yeah,
so
Jake, we're
hard
in the
to
Iceman
listen
season.
to, bro.
We're in the Iceman season right now. Like, You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like I can't even sit up and say that that's solely why we're not just talking about his music. Drake is literally just a powerhouse of a lot of different discussions. This nigga just does a lot of weird shit, if we're being honest. You know, and I think there's a cultural shift that has silently occurred over the years as the internet has grown more and more massive as time has gone on. The conversation around Drake often outweighs the listening experience. You know what I mean? Drake is definitely bigger than his music. And when I say that, I mean, look at this image. This
Yo, what you doing if I post up in a pic like this, bro? I bet y'all start flaming me. I'll take a pic like this, I start getting flamed, bro. Drake do it. This shit's aura to these Drake fanboys.
cringe photograph of a grown ass man doing some highly questionable shit
Pushing
has been used as a
35,
meme since at
bro.
least like 2015, if I'm not mistaken. There are multiple photographs of this man doing questionable shit that have been circulating for a while, and there's probably
You're one sentence away from launching your website with Base 44. Since the beginning of the
Hell
internet, there's
yeah.
never been such a fun
more to come. His Jewish heritage has been brought up. Basically, today, there's so many different things.
Drake is a Jew? I did not know that. Good to know. Good info.
I mean, we would literally be here all day if I explained it, but there's so many different things that get brought up that have fuck all to do with his music. Recently, he did drop like 3 albums or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, and it's kind of already
Yeah, and they're
circulated out of
all
the conversation
ass.
because of how fast the internet moves. But Drake being brought up, we're not just focused on his music, and I think with a lot of different artists, we're just not really focus on the music. And when I said, circulated out of the conversation, I just mean that, like, okay, he dropped 3 albums, but I don't know how to explain it. It's like, maybe it's just my algorithm, but people really don't care like that. Let me know if y'all care, but I personally, it took me a while to actually listen to those albums because I mean, I just didn't care. Anyway, 2026 Drake isn't getting talked about by like getting evaluated song to song. He's like a media phenomenon, as dick ridey as that may sound. It's clearly true. You see how all his fans be like, he's got more number ones than Michael Jackson, as if number ones statistically matter as an artist in 2026, as if Drake could stand fucking still in front of a crowd for 10 minutes and have people getting escorted out of the venue from fainting. I'm not getting into the Drake versus Michael discourse, it's genuinely pointless.
What
Doechii
kind
got
of
rap.
argument even is that? Genuinely. If anybody is logically trying to argue that Drake is better than Michael Jack, uh yo, straight jacket, mattress room, never let them see the sun ever again. Like, it's so annoying and it's so old.
Album of the year, and that woman has not been in any discussion of music lately. Thank God. Yeah, I still don't like her. Suck my dick,
I
bro.
don't
There's
like
so many
industry
different
plants
examples of
either,
this,
dude.
and it's only because of how accessible it is to discuss or discover rap music. King Von mainly gets brought up today not because his music was hard as fuck, which it was, but it's because he was a demon walking on earth, as people say.
His character, bro, his character had so much aura around him that people like flock to that.
There's memes of him on anti-piracy screens to represent him being this terrifying anomaly that lets you know danger is near. Which I'm not gonna lie, it's slightly funny whenever he gets brought up. Chicago niggas, please don't kill me. But the topic of his music is not inherently at hand. In fact, it barely was even when he was alive. You had stupid slop English YouTubers making full-blown documentaries discussing whether he was a serial killer or not. Interesting. Acting like they love the culture. Whole time, they just want to feed off of it and get money to support themselves. But that's a topic for another day. Look, man, this discourse is even more obvious in the underground. It has gotten to a point to where people love, ironically enough, to consume what they hate. They see a title like the most suspect rapper alive, click on the video, go to the comments and write out something really fucking stupid because they themselves chose to allow themselves to get livid enough to leave a negative comment about how we are all human. I hate how we treat this like it's some sort of big deal. Dumbass. You clicked on the video about the thing you don't want to engage with. What sense does that make, man? People, again,
Right.
ironically enough, love to hate. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because there are artists in this space, really most spaces, where people will engage with an artist they don't like just to tell people they don't like them. They will have nothing to gain, by the way. They're not
I do this. I like to debate artists. Like some artists that I don't really like are too slimy. I will talk about too slimy a lot. Why? Because it's something to talk about, and I know there's a lot of people that do like too slimy, and it's not that I hate too slimy, I just don't like him. Right. I would never say anything super, super like parasocially like hateful towards him, but as a music artist, he is garbage.
making content. They're not in any form of media. They're not even a publishing company. They just do this shit for free, like for the love of the game. Rap, the underground, whatever, runs on very funny forms of currency, like snippets and odd behavior and fucking aura. I mean, they literally are bigger than the
See? It's aura. If you do not have aura, you will never make it.
thing they're trying to sell. They're so busy trying to sell themselves for you to get their music that they end up selling themselves.
That's what they want you to think. Because Slayer, even though he's kind of gets like the burger crown placed above him, Slayer is insane.
Hopefully that doesn't go over your head. You'll have an artist beat the shit out of his girlfriend, and yes, I'm not even joking. I saw this like 2 weeks ago, and the girl will make a post about it. And you would think, like, you would genuinely think that she would be needing support, right? No, these these fans of said artists were in the
That's
comments defending
insane. Or, God forbid, a rapper has allegations about minors or something. About minors or something. They don't care. The fans, they literally do not care. They will say that this literally just like didn't happen. They did this with X too. Like when X had everything that was happening. There were so many fans who were like, yo, this is not real. Yeah, it was real. As much of an X fan as I am.
their Lord and Savior talking about, I do the same thing, or something even dumber, you wouldn't get it, which is usually true because there is, in fact, nothing to get. Interesting. See, the problem is a lot worse in the underground because before, in a, let's say, older era, it was quote unquote underground because labels ignored them. Distribution was limited, to say the least. Radio ignored them. Now someone could be on goddamn tour right now, merch selling out like crazy, 700K monthly listeners, and still be considered underground. At this point,
Right.
underground just means the mainstream hasn't ruined this nigga yet. Like, kind of like Cardi in 2015. Think about what people mainly talk about when it comes to underground. Stupid shit like Jane Remover and Dabo fucking beefing. Nine Vicious possibly
One of the worst rapper beef discourses I've ever heard. Literally fabricated out of like nowhere. It's just for clout, I think. It's just for clicks.
being suspect.
SoundCloud era did that all the time. The just for clicks kind of clout chasing, beef starting.
Autumn's junk damn near about to pop out because he decided to free ball and sag, which by
Yo,
far, I'm so
this is disgusting. Sorry, that shit popped up. This is literally disgusting. I seen this clip, bro. It's sad.
sorry. Sidebar. This is one of the most diabolical and disgusting combinations you could ever do in your fucking life. Autumn. What are you actually doing, bro? Fuck is wrong with you? Interesting. But anyway, these parasocial ass fans will discuss shit like,
Here's this mugshot from 2016. He was a real demon. Osama-san is Cardi LARPing again. Skate Star is a hard rock clone.
These conversations that are being had would viscerally murder a Victorian child. Like, niggas talk more about who has more aura than the fucking music. Like, yeah.
Fake Meek aired Hakeem an interview. That's why he made that video hating on him. Take your meds. I'm like, oh my god,
Shut up! You niggas are like losers, actually. What if he genuinely just didn't like the album and felt like expressing it, which he is allowed to do on his own platform? At least he's
Exactly.
talking about the goddamn music, bro. This is genuinely concerning behavior.
Bro, we really got
I don't get too parasocial. I'll bring up like rapper beefs briefly. I never dive super deep in, and I won't. I stick to the music for the most part, unless your content is pure trash. If you are making pure trash music related content, I will call you out. I don't care if my platform is minuscule compared to yours. If you're a guy like Nick at Night and your music content takes are just blasted out of the water terrible, like just the worst takes you could possibly have, I would say that yeah, I stay out of like the parasocial side, but and I stick to the music. And I understand what is good in the underground, and I understand what is mid, and I have good takes. Now, obviously, that's biased for me to say, so I'll leave it up to you guys to decide whether I have good takes or not. But I just can't stand bad takes. Every single take that Nick at Night has, I swear, it is just atrocious. Oh my God.
to study what happens to artists when they get
You be thinking the worst music is so fire. You'll see him on stream jumping up and down to some straight Looney Tunes ass beat, bro. Second, some melodic, good vocals, good lyrics, good beats up here. This rapper is trash, dude. And yes, I'm talking about Top Up Gen. And yes, I love Top Up Gen. And it's because his music is exactly what the underground needs. And he's constantly getting hated on by Nick at Night. And Nick at Night's just a garbage artist as well. He can't make music to save his life.
around artists like Cardi, Ye, and Frank Ocean. I feel like artists get around these big energies and forget who they are. There's a balance to showing up as yourself and still being inspired.
Everyone is so concerned with how they look because they don't want to be too sincere, too polished, too emotionally invested. They want to be the cool nigga. I wonder why. This woman beating idiot.
Yeah, chill on him, bro. That's why Cardi actually like beat women. I've heard that brought up a couple times, but I've never really delved too deeply into that. Is that actually like true?
Has genuinely done such irreparable damage to an entire fandom and community that is actually shocking, and I'm waiting.
Playboy Cardi's influence has definitely had its positive and negative effects on the genre, I would say. To be honest, Cardi, like his like entire switch from like the Cash Cardi era to the whole lot of Red era is when this change really did start, and it's like what the fuck are we doing? We're cosplaying being a vampire and wearing thongs. All right, bro.
On the damn
Apparently, you can go from
Yo,
0 to a complete
LA,
site in just a
LA.
single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Or Vibe
documentary. But these artists think it's cool to be like emotionally detached and deliberately display a lack of effort just to seem like that nigga. Or what's worse is they actually are like this. Have you ever in your
Yo, if you're LARPing, if you're a Playboy Cardi LARPer and you're trying to be this vamp aesthetic, what are we doing? Like, find your own aesthetic. And why are we looking up to a rapper and trying to be just like him? You're not him.
your life actually spent time around like one of these artists, bro. These niggas just want to sit in the corner on a laptop and scam people, go do whippets or ketamine, and sit in the studio and fall asleep all day. Like that's all these niggas are, bro. They're not that interesting. I swear to God. So in turn, it creates this weird situation where everyone cares so much while they are literally pretending not to care at all. And it's just funny because, especially in the music industry, bro, it's like an artist can be a very unknown person to the public, but have a deep micro like niche level fan base online. The thing is, these artists are simply bigger than the music because of the fans. They don't just listen to the songs anymore, they study them, gatekeep them, defend them when someone says they're ass. I've seen a lot of that shit on this channel. They just get so emotionally invested in the person instead of the music. Fucking losers. And the funny part about that is these underground artists want mainstream success. They want to be in talks with like Future and Drake and Chief Keef, even though, I mean, Chief Keef's in a weird spot musically right now. But nonetheless, these fan bases want them to remain obscure and emotionally unavailable. And while you're doing all that, you're more focused on that than the music itself. And I just feel like maybe the music should get more attention. Sorry if it seems like I'm ranting. I don't know. Whatever. At this point, bro, I'm about to just show y'all how these rappers really be acting, bro. Watch this.
When is the album coming out?
Why would he say that, bro? Aura farming, bro. He's aura farming.
I don't know. So, what's upcoming projects you got coming up?
They're upcoming for a reason. When I drop them, you'll know.
Any collabs? Anything that's gonna be coming up soon? All right, I guess.
He's trying way too hard, bro. Who is this? Do we know who this is? I can't know who this is.
We'll wrap it up there. Not
Wrap
really,
it up for what, bro?
you're just not really answering any questions like that.
Okay, you don't have any like interesting questions?
That'll be it. That'll be it.
If any bitches want their ass ate,
Clip farmer.
Make better music, be a better nigga, bitch.
Uh, that was a good video. But yeah, rappers. I guess a lot of the newer rappers are starting to become clip farmers, aura farmers. Just doing the most, I guess, instead of focusing on their music to try to get clicks. Which makes sense because that works. That gets you your viewers. You get a clip that goes viral, and bro, you got a decent following all of a sudden.